Hello, my name is Cody. Welcome to what I hope to be a new series, a new solo role-playing campaign game series of Ker Nethalas, Into the Midnight Throne. So in this game, we play a character, a criminal, who has been hung for some crime, which we either did or did not do. Not sure about that yet, but somehow find themselves still alive. And we've been thrown down into Ker Nethalas, which is a huge labyrinth, ancient, that was built by ancient peoples, necromancers of some kind. It's a very mysterious underworld, and we don't really know how we got here, how we're still alive. But we do know that we have to find our way out. So the first part of playing any solo role-playing game is to make a character. So that's what we're going to do in this first episode. And the first part of that is to find out what crime we were accused of doing. So let's roll a d20 and see what... that is a 3. Poaching. People illegally hunt game on private land, often to supplement their diet or sell the animals for profit, disregarding the landowner's rights. Okay, so we probably were guilty of poaching, I would assume. You're probably not very often falsely accused of that. So that kind of tells us that we might be some sort of hunter of some sort. Maybe... okay, so let's go on. Your character's attributes determine the most elemental aspects of their body and soul. So our health is a measure of how much damage our body can take before dying. Losing health represents the sort of damage that takes a real toll, slow and difficult to recover. Okay, so your character's starting health is calculated by rolling a d6 plus 8. So I'll roll a d6 plus 8 is 10. So I will go ahead and put a 10 in our health. I'm assuming this is current and maximum, so I'll go ahead and put 10 on each of those. Toughness represents your character's resilience, ability to sustain non-critical damage, small cuts, bruises, and such and such. So basically, I think damage comes off our toughness until it's gone, and then it comes off our health. So our toughness score is 2d6 plus 10. 2d6. 8. So we get an 18. So it says for health. So when our health reaches 0, we're dead. And I'm assuming health is only recovered under very specific circumstances. So I guess we actually have to kind of maybe... have to have a doctor's care or something together. Health, whereas toughness is recovered a d4. We recover a d4 toughness immediately after each fight. Okay, so the next stat is ether. Ether is a representation, I think that's how you say it, ether. I don't know. Representation of a character's spiritual and psychic power used to cast spells. We need a d6 plus 8. 3, so we have an 11. Next up is sanity. Represents our character's ability to remain fully lucid and sane despite the many horrors that they witness. We need a d6 plus 8 again. So 12 for sanity. Magic resistance represents our ability to resist the effects of magic directed towards them. Magic resistance works as a skill, meaning that its score goes up from 1 to 80, and it's tested using a d100. New characters start with 20 points in magic resistance. So 20. Exhaustion resistance. Okay. Exhaustion represents fatigue, exposure, hunger, injuries, other physical factors that gradually wear us down. character's exhaustion resistance score is subtracted from their current exhaustion total. The final result is then compared to a table to determine the effects of exhaustion. New characters start with a 0 exhaustion resistance. So I'm guessing we start with 0 current exhaustion as well. Okay. Now that we know your character's innate capabilities, it's time to see how their experiences have shaped them and what they've learned from their past. Skills represent characters' prowess in a variety of fields. The value can go from 0, complete incompetence, to 80 or beyond, total mastery. Okay, so this is a roll under percentage system, basically. Shades of Call of Cthulhu. Okay. Okay. All right, so basically all of the skills are going to start at whatever is in the parentheses, and then we're going to add the following skill allotments. Plus 60 to 1 weapon skill. So basically bladed weapons, bludgeoning weapons, shafted weapons. Okay, I'm thinking that since we know we were arrested for poaching, that maybe we should be good at bows. So I'm going to add my plus 60 to 1 weapon skill. So, I mean, to the shafted weapon. So a 60, and then I get to add a plus 40 to another one, which I'm going to go with bladed. So, 40. Okay. Plus 30 to 3 skills. Okay. I think we definitely need to go 30 to dodge, so that makes that a 40. Maybe let's do medicine. 30. And then one more. How about stealth? 30. Okay. And now we get to add 20 to 3 skills. So let's do endurance, perception, which makes that a 40, and resolve, which makes that a yeah, that makes that a 30. Okay, and now plus 10 to 4 skills. So that means acrobatics is 20, athletics is 20, thievery is 20, that's 3, and then scavenge will go with 20. Okay, so now we get nothing in bludgeoning weapons, nothing in reason, that's probably not good, and nothing in unarmed combat and fist. Oh wait, no, we start with a 20 in that. Okay. I'm a little worried about reason. Maybe instead of medicine. No, we're just not a very reasonable person, right? You know, not everybody is good at everything. Let's see. All right, so the rest of this is just the descriptions of the skills. Masteries. Masteries define your personal path, becoming the foundation type of character you want to play with. Each mastery represents a specific style of play, a toolbox that will grant you access to specific powers and moves. Each mastery has a mastery tree that you'll unlock as you level up, acquiring new abilities that will help you guide your... Okay, so... that is this section here. New character, let's see. Okay, wait. Some abilities not only have an ether cost, or each... I should stop skipping around here. Abilities require either spending ether or making an attack roll with your weapon. Okay, Some abilities not only have an ether cost, but also must be sustained in order for the ability's effect to continue without interruption. What this means is that you must subtract the ability's ether cost from your ether pool permanently, or at least until the ability stops working. Okay, new characters start the game with 2 ability points. You must spend each one of them on a different mastery. Okay. So I need to look at the different masteries here. So maybe I'll pause real fast and do that, and then come back and tell you about the masteries that I've chosen. Hey guys, back. Okay, so I've chosen my 2 masteries. The first one I picked was called Tracker. I thought that fit with the poaching. Our passive ability that we get from Tracker is we have advantage on all scavenge and perception checks, which would be nice. Help us find stuff and hopefully see things before they kill us. And then our tier 1 ability that we get is called Edible Fungi, which is a passive ability. And basically each time we make a successful scavenging roll, we get 1 cooking ingredient for free, which I think would be nice. And then, okay, so for that, let me check. I think I need to roll something. Let me see. For Tracker, yes, I need to roll Where Did You Train? And this is a D6. So let me roll a D6 real quick. Rolling. A 3. The Forest Sentinels. The Forest Sentinels are a group of skilled scouts and hunters trained in the arts of tracking, trap setting, and stealthy evasion. Operating primarily in dense woodlands, they possess an intimate understanding of the natural environment and the creatures that inhabit it. Through their training, they learn to move silently, set intricate snares and pitfalls, and read the subtle signs of their surroundings. Okay, so I was trained by the Forest Sentinels. That sounds cool. Okay, and then for my second mastery, I just wanted to do something that sounded cool and that would be fun. So I chose Flamecaster. So Flamecaster means that I'm a master of incendiary arts, harnessing the blazing forces of flame to scorch your enemies, leaving a trail of smoldering destruction. And one of the reasons I picked this, well, the main reason is because it sounds cool. The other is that I'm not sure if I'm going to have a bow. It sounds like we're gonna start with nothing but just the rags on us. So what if I don't find a bow for a while? Well, at least this way my starting ability is called Flame Bolt, and I'll be able to take a standard action to shoot a firebolt from my hand. So our passive ability is we are immune to fire damage, which maybe that'll be nice. Not sure. And then tier 1 is, like I said, we get Firebolt. Now let's see what we roll for this. Where did we train for our fire casting ability? This is also a D6. Three, we trained with the Flame Brand Guild. The Flame Brand Guild is an esteemed organization that trains individuals in the arts of fire magic, from adept spellcasters to ambitious flame casters. Members receive comprehensive training, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we were... so somehow we were training both with the Flame Brand Guild and with the Forest Sentinels. Maybe we were a failed flame caster. I mean, that might be. We went to magic school, right? And it just, maybe the pressure was just too much. We could only conjure up a firebolt. We couldn't get to that next level of fireballs. And so we kind of ran away back to the forest where we remembered from our old days. And anyway, something like that. So I think that is all we have to do for the characters. Next up is, I think we're going to start out with some damage and some sanity loss and some exhaustion. But I need to read up some of those rules before we apply that damage. And then I need to get everything set up to start mapping. Join us next time as we take our first tentative steps into the darkness, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Hey guys, before we start the actual dungeon, there's a couple things I have done to the character sheet that I wanted to explain real quick. So we're going to do the kind of starter domain that's in the rulebook. So there's an option to skip the starter domain, and you just get a random armor and some weapons and that sort of thing, and then you go straight into the random generation of the map. But we're going to go through the starter domain called Stepping into Darkness that's in the rulebook. And so as part of that, there's a couple of things, a couple of disadvantages that you start out with. So I've already applied those, but I wanted to show you those. So the first thing is you lose D6 toughness, or D6 health, basically. But health comes... you basically take a D6 damage, not rolling on the damage table, but just a straight D6, and I was lucky, I rolled a 1. And you also take a D4 sanity loss, which I was also lucky, rolled a 1. You take a 1 point of exhaustion, which you can see here, but that's not really going to be a problem until we get to 10 on exhaustion. Then I also rolled for I set the tension die, starts at a D8. We don't have to worry about the lair domain exit die because the overseer's lair, the overseer's location, his lair, and the exit to the domain are both marked on this beginner map. So you'll see that when I show the map. I rolled for our overseer, who is Gorehoof. Sounds bad. Haven't really investigated him yet, but I'm sure we'll eventually see him, hopefully. And our overseer effect, which is called Corrupting. Basically, if a creature deals 3+ damage to us, we have to make a tenacity check, and if we fail it, we lose 1 sanity. And yeah, that's it. So those are our starting disadvantages and our kind of lair domain setup. And I think we're ready to start. So we will begin with our first room. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.